Hello, all my wonderful souls, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today we'll be doing a monthly tarot message for the sign of Aries for the month of April 2025. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take what resonates. Don't try to force anything to fit. And also do remember that I've already meditated on these cards and I have already shuffled these cards. So this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Fool, clarified by the Chariot. In the obstacle position, we have the Seven of Wands, clarified by the Queen of Cups. In the present position, we have the Five of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Cups. And in the future outcome position, we have the Six of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Swords. So yeah, the month of April is going to create some anxiety for you because you do have a lot going on. As you know, there are some responsibilities and obligations that are kind of going to feel like they're speeding up or piling on top of each other. So it's very important throughout the month of April, Aries, to pace yourself, to give yourself plenty of grace, plenty of nourishment and self-healing, plenty of times where you can just be rather than do. It's okay to, not accomplish a lot as you go through your day, because actually, as everything kind of unravels on the outside, it is important to keep your inner peace and maintain it as best you can. Again, I would sort of forget about the collective and just forget about all the people doing whatever, and I would just focus on inner peace, staring at a candle, and really not reading the news, not looking on social media, not doing anything, because this time period will pass. And so what your goal should be is preservation of energy. Now, the March 29th is a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of big deals. We just had the lunar partial eclipse. We have the sun, I think, eclipse coming up. We also, the big deal is the Neptune moving in 0 degrees of Aries on March 29th, which is highly transformative energy. We also have Taurus in Uranus. That's another transformative energy. So what's happening is you have layers of things happening. You have your astrology layer. There's a lot going on there. You have your technology layer. There's a lot going on there. There's like a shift in collective consciousness that is happening, and you, of course, take, whether you're conscious of it or not, aware of it or not, you take from the collective knowledge, and so on. So there's a shift happening there. So it's important to, basically what I'm saying is to unplug yourself. You want to unplug from the collective because there's just many layers going on, to put it quickly. Everyone has their own, desires and dreams that I call a muck-up bubble, life muck-up. So they're kind of colliding into each other at this time. So it's important to sort of maintain distance if you can. Now, you did start something new recently because you have the Fool with the Chariot. The Fool tells me that there was some sort of a new cycle that started for you. and you've been wanting to start it for quite a while. Maybe it is a new job that you started working in. Maybe it's a new promotion that you received. Maybe you relocated somewhere, like a new city, a new town, a new place, new state, new country. Maybe you started a new project. Maybe you have got yourself out of a comfort zone and by facing up to something. But there's some kind of a new cycle that you Aries have started. The big thing about the Fool is it's all about the unknown. The Fool is the hero's journey. You're the hero in this journey, and it's dealing with a lot of unknown factors because you're not, all knowing. You go through periods of self-discovery. You discover interesting things about yourself, interesting things about this world, and how that kind of merges and works together, if you will. You discover new energies that you didn't realize you had. You discover new dreams that you never thought about pursuing, and slowly and surely, you fill in the missing pieces and start to build this huge vision of your life. And you can see how that vision sort of, how it started, how it changed, and how it continues to change. It's a big, huge, amazing mock-up that you have created for yourself. The Fool tells me that you were recently quite optimistic and looking forward to things, but that sense has changed. You were fully in charge because you have the Chariot card, which is a really good omen, Aries, because it tells me you do have very precise self-control. You have very strong ability to have discipline and to stick to being committed to the task at hand. You understand what it takes to be as powerful as you are. And you understand how to wield control as well. You try and use control to your advantage rather than to a disadvantage. And you definitely have a lot of drive and determination. So you're a senior level soul. You have been able to successfully complete many different karmic lessons, which suggests to me that your soul is quite evolved and quite strong and is fully capable of creating and understanding much more complex situations that you've been dealing up to this point. With the Seven of Wands in the obstacle position, you're definitely tired. You're definitely tired. Your energy is depleting. It's low. You're maybe kind of not feeling as brave as you used to. Maybe you're not feeling as much kind of stamina as you used to. It's there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's still there. It's the transformation that you are being affected by makes you feel that way, which is completely normal, and it will cycle back up where you'll feel the surge of energy, and you will start to feel much more in your element in the beginning of April. This is why you have the Five of Swords in the present position, because in the beginning of April, you're going to be very, like, not suffering fools. You're going to be very, very sort of strong, but also kind of like, okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. I'm not putting up with anything that does not serve me anymore. I've given others grace, I've given others patience. Now, I'm just sort of taking back the control, if you will. You may feel with the Queen of Cups in the obstacle position, you may feel hypersensitive, so you will feel sensitive as you go through the month of April. Good. Use that hypersensitivity combined with your intuition. It can really light the way forward. You'll be able to be exceptionally on top of energies. Now, you do need to ground yourself. You do need to run your energy. Remember, your energy must go through each chakra. The first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. Pay attention to the signs around you, because you're getting to the level where you are starting to jive with the energies around you. Whereas before you lacked wisdom, now you have plentiful wisdom. And so when you receive resistance or you feel resistance, you go with that rather than plow through it. So your wisdom is increasing, meaning that you pay attention to resistance, but you don't allow it to kind of steal time from you. You're sort of, it's almost like you've discovered a new way to work with resistance. When you're dealing in different situations and circumstances, you have now mastered a level where you welcome resistance and you recognize it for what it is, rather than fight with it and get into battles, right? The more your wisdom increases, the more you realize that life kind of shows you the way. And so sometimes when somebody's not acting the way you want them, that's a sign. That doesn't mean you have to walk up to them and ask them to explain everything. You know, you're sort of like paying attention to energy more, and so that means that your intuition is far more online than ever before. But you're smarter about resistant energy in your life, and you appreciate it in terms of, you know, you try and see what you can do to minimize it in the future, what you can maybe add to your skill set or something like that. You're not just going blindly to battle with resistance. So the fact that you're sort of pausing and observing that resistance tells me that your wisdom has increased, and the divine is so proud of you for it. The external pressure will intensify because the old systems are breaking down. So again, it's not like it used to be. You're born, you go to school, you get a job, you get married, you get kids, and then, you know, whatever. That's not the life that we're living anymore. So everybody's all over the place. You know, if you are in your 50s, you have advantages, but you also have disadvantages. If you are in your 20s, you have advantages, but you also have disadvantages. Everyone's all over the place. Everyone's starting new careers all over, you know, the place. Everyone is starting new families all over the place. Everyone is seeing life completely differently. Everyone is seeing authority completely differently. And, you know, a lot of your innate abilities are coming back online, whereas before they were dormant, because it's almost like you're waking up to your own power, whereas before you kind of ignored it because you didn't understand or realize that you could wield it, or you didn't know how to necessarily work with it. Yeah, the Five of Swords tells me that in the month of April, there's going to be some disagreements. So, this disagreement energy is coming from competitiveness, because the outside sort of seems like it's kind of changing, and therefore it is kind of like crumbling over there, but somewhere else it's getting stronger. It's a mistake to think that the outside world, the politics, the disagreements between countries and different economic situations, it's a mistake to think that it's only bad, because your mind tends to focus on the negative. There's also a lot of positive innovations coming about. There's a lot of archaeological discoveries being made. There's a lot of spiritual knowledge that is being shared. There's a lot of new ways of doing things coming about. So the world is changing, as it always has, as it always will, and it is up to you to focus on the positive rather than negative. But in the month of April, my advice, it's not coming from the cards, it's just coming from me. My advice is to unplug completely. Put down the phone. Don't engage on social media. Don't look at the news. Don't just like pretend that that whole world is kind of like not really necessarily there, right? Because I think that will benefit you in the month of April. Yeah, there's some dishonest behavior that is happening, but it's happening because, you know, uh, uh, illusions are being shattered, because the truth is being revealed over and over, and it's like there's far more truth that is coming in. And so what the devil is going to try and do is make the deception even more crafted. Like, as the truth is revealed, the lies get more complex and the deception gets more complex, because the duality, of that is still there. But it is sort of dissolving, but it's not dissolving without a fight. The Eight of Cups tells me that definitely your priorities are changing, since you're kind of realizing that there are some things you would still like to accomplish, and you're realizing that some of the emotions that you want to experience are not being fulfilled, and therefore you have to create scenarios and situations where they are fulfilled. So something is being reprioritized. Your attention is changing to another situation or another circumstance. And so that's why, ultimately you are putting your foot down in the month of April, and you're basically saying, it's going to go my way, and I'm going to do everything I can in order to move things, in a better, positive direction. Whatever that direction is, what is positive for you. But definitely you are going through a personal transformation, and anxiety is still playing a role. But I think that you are able to use different tools to help with that anxiety. Anxiety means there's some foreign energy in your space, foreign entities, foreign beings, and that means you have to protect your space and clear up your space much more consistently. I have tea leaf cards, and quite a few fell out. We have Moon, changes in your life. We have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. And the last card that flew out, we have Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. So definitely focus on making sure that you cultivate that peace as the outside is getting a little bit more turbulent. And one last card, because why not? We have Weeping Willow, family sorrow. Let's see, Shaman's Dream Oracle. We have, let's shuffle them. Okay, Shaman's Dream Oracle card. They were all over the place. Sorry, I had to get them all straightened out. So let's see. We have Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. So there is definitely, you have some options in front of you. And some of these options are going to materialize in the month of April. They're going to solidify, whereas you'll be able to see which what you need to do next. Angel Oracle cards, we've got big happy changes. And let's pull the Angel and Ancestor Oracle card just to see what we get. We have Sage, be devoted and committed. Things are changing for the better. And the month of April is going to shine the light forward for you so that you are able to see all the different options available to you. And I think it is definitely going to be a transformative time. I hope that you have a great month in the month of April. I hope that you have a wonderful birthday season as well. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time.